The South Indian takes cases of cyberbullying extremely seriously, and this seems like yet another case of cyberbullying. And even as women are often targets of vile, malicious and violent threats and jibes, this is a case which involves a prominent and much respected politician from Kerala. Ladies and gentlemen, make no mistake, for he was the ex-Chief Minister of Kerala. We are speaking about a young woman. Her name Achu Oommen, the daughter of late Oommen Chandi, who's filed a complaint against a former employee at the Secretariat on the charge of cyberbullying. Achu not only filed a complaint with the Thiruvananthapuram police station, but also went to the Kerala Women's Commission and the Election Commission. Achu, daughter of Oommen Chandi, who was once Chief Minister of Kerala and is now no more, claims that she had been subjected to cyber attacks on social media over her profession as a luxury content creator. Achu Oommen said that her photographs, which were taken owing to her profession as content creator in the fashion and travel sectors, were misused on cyber platforms by vested interest with a deliberate intention to malign her father's reputation. The complaint has been filed with the police in Thiruvananthapuram, like I said. Besides, she's also filed complaints with the Women's Commission and also went to the EC and said, please take very serious cognizance of this entire problem. Now, the reason is very obvious. I'll tell you why. Achu Oommen's brother, Chandi Oommen, is contesting in the by-poll at Pudupalli, which is scheduled on 5th of September, which of course was necessitated by the death of their father, Oommen Chandi. Achu also alleged that the bullying in several social media platforms was just to divert attention from the real issues in Pudupalli, which is corruption and inflation. She said, and I am quoting her, Chandi, which means her dad, was a leader who was hunted down by political opponents when he was alive. After his death, his children are being targeted. Are my dresses and sandals the issues of Kerala now? If such campaigns are not there, they, meaning the authorities, would have to give answers in many other issues. So, the ongoing propaganda is to divert attention from corruption and inflation, which the state is suffering from. That's what she said. Meanwhile, the Congress has alleged in Kerala that the ruling CPIM is behind the cyber attacks against Chandi's family and hinted at the culpability of party leadership. Leader of opposition in the State Assembly, V.D. Satheesan, strongly condemned the cyber attacks and alleged the ruling party was circulating Achu's photographs with malicious intent. And I am quoting the quote. Achu is working as a content creator, said Satheesan. The photos she posted in her Instagram account as part of her job are propagated by the cyber goons of the CPIM with filthy captions. That's what Satheesan said. Yes, I do agree that maybe the cyberbullying which is being faced by Achu Oommen is because of her political background and also due to her brother who's fighting the by-poll in Pudupalli. But why should she face such unfair backlash from a faceless brigade? That's the question all of us need to think about and hope there are some convictions to put the fear of God in such people, considering you can come there, you are faceless, your faces and identities are hidden and you can bully women in this fashion. I think it's time that it stops. And our next story is on superstar, the superstar. But you know what, like his movies, I want to create some suspense before he makes his grand entry. Imagine he's going to come out of that screen and sit next to me. If wishes were horses, I tell you. Shivaji Rao Gaikwad worked briefly at Mysore Machinery in Bengaluru before getting a job of loading sacks of rice into trucks at 10 paise per bag. Ladies and gentlemen, please pay attention. Imagine you are loading rice bags onto a truck for 10 paise, sirf 10 paison ke liye. He then sat for an examination and obtained a bus conductor's license from the Bengaluru Transport Service and began the job in March of 1970 along with the driver, Raja Bahadur. There are of course legends about how Conductor Gaikwad was an absolute favorite with commuters who would wait for the bus and also to watch him return the change after issuing a ticket with such cinematic flourish. I am actually imagining him, like a coin flipping. I mean, that's so typical Rajnikant. Today, his latest film, Jailer, has done unprecedented business at the box office, raking in 600 crores and counting. Can you imagine? You're standing at a bus depot, okay? And people are coming and going as usual. You're just looking around and you turn and you see superstar Rajnikant. What a moment that would be. Superstar Rajnikant, who decided to make a surprise visit to a bus depot, number 4 of the Bengaluru Metropolitan Transport Corporation. Now, it's very tough to say who was not a fan when the star came visiting before, because everyone rallied around him, even as Rajni spoke to them patiently and also posed for selfies. Look at that, then I'll speak. Some pleasure, no? Rajnikant at the bus depot. Bus depot number 4, a job that he did in his earlier avatar as bus conductor. He comes to meet his fraternity, ex-fraternity. A superstar who's the darling of Tamil cinema decided to spend quality time in Bengaluru, where he lived and worked as a young man. Guess what? He also made a trip to his old school, the famous hotel Vidyarthi Bhavan, where you can have that delectable benne dose or butter or ghee dosa, and also prayed at the Raghavendra Swami temple. Rajnikant at the bus depot number 4, those are the visuals, and there he is at the Raghavendra Swami temple. Very, very devout Raghavendra Swami Bhakta is Rajnikant, the superstar. He also essayed the great man's role in one of the films. That is the magic of superstar Rajnikant, the biggest star in India who hasn't forgotten his past as a bus conductor, and also someone who's a people's person. Maybe that is what makes him great, his ability to connect at every level, age, gender notwithstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, on the South Indian, we have the South Indian superstar Rajnikant. Up next, we have a very special program inside the mind of a psychopath. In May 2022, Aftab Poonawala, a chef and food blogger, murdered his girlfriend and live-in partner Shraddha Walker. Even as we're talking about the pressure cooker bludgeoning case in Bengaluru, this is yet another film that you need to watch. Now, what he did, Aftab, he then disposed of the body of Shraddha by cutting it into 35 pieces allegedly and throwing them in the middle of a forest surrounding Mehroli. The killing sent shockwaves throughout the nation, but we need to see this to understand what it takes for psychopaths to actually attack women. On that note, Vanakkam, Namaskara from the South Indian.
Pakistan is actually genociding Baloch people. So being Baloch is a crime. If you are a Baloch, it means in the eyes of Pakistan, you don't have any right to live.
The Chinese and Pakistanis are colonizing the Baloch and exploiting their resources.
The Baloch armed struggle will continue unless China withdraws, Pakistan military withdraws from Balochistan, and give Baloch complete authority to decide for themselves.
The Baloch feel that if they don't act now, they will become marginalized.
What lies ahead for Balochistan?
Balochistan, Bangladesh 2.0, streaming now.
historical moment, and it's here. Magnus Carlsen, the world champion, loses